Hello everyone, get ready for some trending new info in your quest for knowledge. What new hobbies have you picked up this year and would you recommend them to others? Walks. Got a problem? Go for a walk. Got a dog? Go for a walk. Just ate? Go for a walk. Just been shot? Walk it off. Walkies. Are you a dog? Bark. Am dog. Gardening and learning to play the guitar. Both are therapeutic. I've been learning guitar also. Even though I suck, the process is fun. Same. My hands are not that big, so it makes it even harder. Plus, kinda infuriating when you just want to play without a YouTube video or something and can't play what you are humming in your head. Got serious into reading. You really learn many things from books. Any recommendations? It's a really long book for a new reader, but The Stand by Stephen King is perfect for quarantine. It's about a super virus that is accidentally leaked from a military base and kills most of the population. It's really interesting to me to look at the parallels of the response to the disease in the book and the response to COVID in real life. Do not read if you have anxiety about the pandemic. It will freak you out. Experimenting with cooking. Following a recipe online that you found is also good, but there's just an extra layer of enjoyment and discovery to be had when I try to work things out on my own, especially when ingredients are limited. It's like a puzzle you can eat. The main point to not let not perfect overshadow good enough. You probably aren't gonna be winning any awards with your first few attempts, but that doesn't mean what you created isn't special in its own right. When I try a new recipe, I follow it, then I can figure out ways to make it better. Same. Don't forget to check the comments for corrections or tips too. Sometimes authors overlook things and don't update their recipes. I've been lock picking. It takes sustained mental focus, which has been nice to get the mind off of all that's going in. Plus, if the apocalypse comes, I'll have a useful skill, which is a bonus. How do you start this? I started with a kit off Amazon, but I'd recommend a set from Sparrows for about the same price. From there you just need some padlocks. Don't use locks that are in use, like your front door and such, or you can mess them up. r/lock picking would be happy to help. Archery. It's a lot of fun and an excellent way to clear your mind. I fully agree with your statement. I absolutely love it. What type of bow is your go-to? I have an old bear compund that a friend gave me. I'm new to archery, but I am hooked. I'm going out to practice right now. Started learning languages, recommend it for sure. I agree, but you have to commit a lot more once you get to the intermediate level, I think. I did Babbel and Duolingo. I blew through Duolingo and Babbel was a bit better, but eventually, you get to the end and you're still not fluent. Now I've been reading books I know well in English and Spanish, like Harry Potter, reading the dialogue out loud, and explaining the plot to my dog in Spanish on dog walks. It's been really helpful. I am a big fan of you telling your dog in Spanish about Harry Potter. Both because that is hilarious and adorable, and because teaching others is a great way to solidify your own understanding. Started meditating this year. Almost at 100 days in a row. I would recommend. But I would start easy with just 5 minutes in a session and build your way up over time. What does your meditation consist of? There is a really good app called Waking Up. It's made by Sam Harris and the meditation sessions are also guided by him. It's pretty easy to follow along and it's free. If you know nothing about meditation or never done it, this app can be a good starting point. I started meditation at the beginning of this lockdown and would totally recommend doing it whether you use this app or some other resources. Analog photography. Fun to get a cheap camera and, not really cheap, film. Send to develop and practice exposing photos. Or buy some B&W films and develop them by yourself in your basement. I'll just get the kids in my basement to develop them. Can't really call it a hobby, but for the past month since COVID started and classes are suspended, I enrolled myself in free online classes such as photography, editing, art, etc. It's nice to have a little hand of skills and knowledge when the time comes. Where do you take these classes? edX has a bunch of free classes and probably have stuff similar to what they were talking about. Dungeons and Dragons. It's practically therapeutic in nature. It's actually helped me a lot throughout the confinement. I've been playing D&D since 1991, and I'm so jazzed that it's become so popular. Enjoy! I started keeping fish shortly before COVID hit, and that has been a really good experience. We got into it with a small betta tank, but now we have a 75-gallon freshwater tank and a 20-gallon reef tank. It's taught me a little about hydroponics, plumbing, water chemistries, and animal care. Hey, I started right before COVID too. I started with a couple guppies in a 12-gallon long, now I have a 30-gallon and that 12-gallon still. It's been a really fun hobby. I started doing yoga and would definitely recommend it. It's good for you. Are you using a website or something? Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube is a great place to start. Okay, I tried this. She had a 30-day program I decided I was going to follow. The first day was so hard I gave up about 20 minutes in. Not really a hobby, but I've actually been staying on top of my uni workload instead of doing everything last minute. It has been nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn to do that too. I start uni in about a week. It's a game changer, trust me. I've been collecting rocks and crystals for a while, but I've finally gotten a tumbler and started polishing them. The end results are cool to see, but the process takes a month or more depending on the type of stone, so if you're a deeply impatient person, or a perfectionist, you have very little control over how the stones turn out and there will be flaws. I don't know if I do recommend it. They're minerals. Marie started complimenting men. Few things are cuter than a grown man getting tickled pink because you said his favorite hat looked cool. I'm a woman. I learned from another Reddit post that men don't get compliments, so I decided to change that. It was hard at first because I'm usually shy, but it got gradually easier, and now I just point out things on all people that I think are nice, and it's become as easy as breathing. You're doing God's work. What would have been your answer or question? Leave it in the comments below. Slap that like and subscribe button for more, and check out the link in the video description for even more answers. Peace out, and catch you in the next video.